Good evening, team. Welcome to Friday night, the 12th of June, to our quiz. I've forgotten, I don't know what number we're on. 10? 12?
11 or 12.
11,
I think
12.
this is quiz 11 or 12.
Which is kind of cool. Maybe we should have done a celebration on the 10th, but we haven't. Maybe we'll do a celebration on the 13th. It's only just turned 6 o'clock, so those of you who are here, you're right on time. Everybody else, we will wait on them to arrive before we start. If you are here, give us a wave. Tell us what you're eating, what you're drinking, who's in your team.
Team names.
Team names. We're still waiting. We're still waiting on a fabulous team name, other than just team
Surname.
Come on, let's have some imagination. Paul's here. Hi, Paul. Feel free to send us a message later on if you want. Hi, Carol. Good to have you with us. I hope you've got your brain power engaged, ready for another fab quiz. Hello to Karen and Alan and the Dawsons, who came nail-bitingly close last week. Paul says, have I been napping? Paul, I wish I'd been napping. I could go for a nap right now. Fraser's are here. All three Currans are here. That's cool. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. The Baileys are here. And the Rich sisters. How many of the Rich sisters? Just 2, or you got more? Hello to the Purvis family, the reigning champions. We were just saying, I think we've done this 10, 11, maybe 12 times. I think the Purvises have won 6.
5 or 6, yep.
5 or 6. You guys are almost, what does that say? Super Curran Fragilistic Expelliarmus. That's a pretty good team name.
That's a good team name.
That's a good team name.
Super Curran Fragilistic. Yeah, I like that.
So far we have one good team name.
And we've got Team OJ.
Owen and Alison are here. I'm not going to read that out.
TG
Paul went for a nap. Good. It's a Friday. Napping is good. So we'll get started in a minute or so. It's only just turned 2 minutes past 6, so we'll make sure everybody is here before we begin. As always, you need a pen, you need a bit of paper. Write down the answers to the questions that I give you, and if I say the answer, then you get a freebie. We have various categories. We got some sports, we got some science, we got some TV, and we got some music and some other fun and stuff. And the McGee's are here, and they just finished their fish and chips. Just finished. You had your dinner out before 6 o'clock.
Oh, fish and chips.
That sounds good, though. Did you get it from the Allen Water Cafe? Or from somewhere else? That sounds quite tasty.
I'd love a fish and chips.
I can't eat this early, because then I'll get to 8 o'clock and I'm hungry again. And then it gets to 10 o'clock and I'm hungry again. And it's a vicious circle. FYI, always hungry. Anyway,
yeah.
Do we think it's time to start? Is everybody here? Hands up if you're here. Cool, good. Okay, make sure you've got drinks, snacks, nachos, whatever you're munching to hand. Pen and paper at the ready, team name at the top. Round 1, we have sports. Okay? Sports usually near the start. We always feel we should have sports because it's, we're kind of a fitness business of sorts, and so sports and fitness kind of go hand in hand. Although we don't do any of these sports. I also don't play.
Definitely not the first one.
Definitely not the first one. Okay, let's get started. First question in sports. You ready?
Yep.
We're ready. How many Formula 1 World Championships has Lewis Hamilton won? How many Formula 1 World Championships has Lewis Hamilton won? A sport that neither Susie nor I have competed in. Just in case you didn't know. Has anybody else out there competed in Formula 1? No? Oh well. If not, you probably not raced against Lewis Hamilton. How many World Championships has he won? Write that down, please. And now we're going to move on to a different sport. The question is, there are 3 questions here. I would like 3 answers. The England men's team have won the Football World Cup once. Can you tell me what year that was, who they beat, and what the final score was. So 3 questions. In what year did the England men's football team win the World Cup? Who did they beat? And what was the final score? There are 3 points available, but if you want to wow me with your football trivia, feel free to tell me who scored the goals and where it took place, or any other fun facts you may have.
Are there points available for those? No.
They would have to be pretty spectacular, and I would have to get Richard over here to check the answers because I don't know anything about football. Carry out from the golf course for your fish and chips. Cool, good. I hope it was tasty. Question 3, if you have all your football answers written down, we will move on quickly. This is one of those, what was that word? Can't remember what that was. Loosely related questions to sports, kind of. Who competed in diving at the 1990 Commonwealth Games and went on to become a model and movie star?
Oh yeah.
Who competed in diving at the 1990 Commonwealth Games and went on to be a model and a movie star?
I think. I'm sure we've spoken about this before, but if you don't know this, and probably a lot of people don't know this, it's going to blow your mind when you realise when we do the answers.
Indeed.
You just wouldn't have pictured it.
If you don't know it, it will blow your mind. You'll probably think we just made it up. And we don't do that very often.
What, make up the answers?
Make up the questions and the
Sometimes.
answers. Cool, you get that one? Well then let's move on to question number 4. There's only one answer here, but it's going to require a bit of thinking and a little bit of knowledge. The question is, how many Wimbledon titles have the Williams sisters won? Okay, and to clarify, I would like to know their combined, both singles each and doubles as a pair. Okay, so when Serena won, when Venus won, or how many times Serena won, how many times Venus won, and how many times they won competing as doubles together, all added up. Please. So you need to know your tennis, and you need to be quite good at maths. Add up those numbers and tell me how many Wimbledon titles the Williams sisters have won. Okay? Cool? Understand? If you don't understand, tell me and I will try and make it less confusing. And final question in the sports category. Which team has won the most Six Nations titles? I would like to know for both men and women, please. Which team has won the most Six Nations titles? Elizabeth is proudly saying that she can give me the answers to all of the World Cup questions.
Well done.
Well done. Very well done. Cool. Well then that could be 3 points to you if your answers are correct. Final question, I'll say it one more time. Which team has won the most Six Nations titles for both men and women's Six Nations? Now obviously I said 6 nations, not 5 nations or 4 nations or whatever it was before that. The Six Nations, since it was started. Well, it wasn't started, it was adapted from the 5. It progressed. Whatever. Okay, which team for both men and women? And that's the end of the sports rounds. There are a number of points available there. If you get them all right, you'll be off to a good start. If you didn't get any of them right, you're probably not off to such a good start. But don't worry, you've got plenty of time to catch up on those who are doing well. We're going to move on to the second round. And the second round is part of the human body. Okay. First question. Human body. Where in the body would you find the patella? Or as I like to call it, the paella. Where would you find the patella? Somewhere in the body. If you don't know, take a guess. Could be anywhere, from head to toe. Where in the body is the patella? Okay. Question 2 in the human body category. Name the 2 main bones in the lower leg. By lower leg, I mean below the knee and above the ankle. Just to clarify. Because sometimes you say lower leg and you're like, well, of course it's the lower leg. My leg's not above me. Or is it just me that thinks that?
I think everyone knew lower leg meant below the knee.
Well, just checking.
But thanks
Just
for
clarifying.
the clarification.
Better to be sure. What are the name, please name, sorry, what are they called? The two bones in the lower leg. And now we all know where the lower leg is. Cool, you got that one? Question 3. How many bones are there in the foot? In one foot? How many bones are there in one foot? Options are coming, so please be patient. Unless you know the answer, then just be confident and stick it down. Otherwise, your options are A, 19, B, 26, C, 33, or D, 107. We did how many bones are in the human body. That was a while back. That was towards the start. I think most people got it right. A lot of people got it right. So if you know that, maybe you know how many bones are in the human foot. Your options were 19, 26, 33, or 107. Cool. I'll tell you a fun fact when we give out the answers too. Because we all love fun facts, don't we?
There's always a fun fact.
There's always a fun fact.
Yep, or a wee story. I'll tell you a story.
A wee story.
I'll tell you a story.
I'm full of stories. Right, let's move on. There's another wonderful question coming up.
Oh yeah. Get ready to be slightly grossed out. Warning.
The question
Warning.
does not sound appealing. In a single day, this is a true or false question, by the way. In a single day, one of your feet can sweat the equivalent of half a glass of water. True or false? In a single day, one of your feet can sweat the equivalent of half a glass of water. True or false? Take a guess. Does that sound too disgusting? Half a glass? Is that... Depends what kind of glass you've got. Is that half a glass or do I need a bigger glass? Does the foot include the ankle? Jeez, I don't know. I just googled it, dude.
No.
I don't know.
In the case of
how many bones there are in the foot.
How many bones are there in the foot? Don't include.
Does it include the ankle or not?
The ankle bone.
Probably doesn't include the ankle bone, but that's only going to add on one. I'm not sure. You've already won too many quizzes, so I'm not going to help you out any further. You got four options.
4 options.
Just pick one. 19, 26, 33, 107. True or false for question number 4, sweaty feet. And question number 5, the last one of the human body. And just before we started the quiz, I had a little bit of a sneezing fit myself. How fast, the question is not anything related to me having a sneezing fit, but the question is, how fast is the average sneeze? Is it A, 50 miles an hour, B, 75 miles an hour, or C, 100 miles an hour? You sneeze and you break the speed limit. How fast is the average sneeze? 50, 75, or 100 miles an hour? Cool. So, make sure you have an answer to all of those questions. If you need me to read any of them out again, please do just ask, unless you need clarification on how many ankles there are. Cool. Good. Right, well, we're going to move on to TV. Now, a few people asked if we could do specific TV rounds, like Friends or Big Bang Theory or EastEnders, but whilst for some people that would be great, for other people that might not be so great. So we've just done a general TV category, and we've included one question of each, except, I don't know why I said EastEnders, because nobody asked for EastEnders, and there are no EastEnders questions. Just came into my head.
Just as an example.
Just as an example of a TV
topic.
programme that I could have asked questions about. But I'm not asking questions about. Yesterday, we were talking about the quiz, and I said, here's a good question. I don't remember what the question is now, but I said, here's a good question. I said the question to Susie, and she was like, we did that 2 weeks ago. I was like, oh, great. What was it?
I don't know. This is what I mean by when you go, here's a story, and you go off on a wee story.
I get sidetracked.
You look out the kitchen
really
window,
easily.
you go, here's a story.
Stare off into the distance.
Right.
Back on topic. Question number
on
1
track.
of TV. Where do Ross and Rachel get married? That's it. That's the question. Where do Ross and Rachel get married?
That's quite vague, so you have to know what you're talking about to know.
Indeed.
So that's for fans.
And if you have
out
friends called Ross and Rachel, please be aware I said this is the TV category, so you can't say, oh, I was at their wedding last year in Dunblane. TV. Where do Ross and Rachel get married? And then we'll swiftly move on to question number 2, which was, where in the world? Now we've had a where in the world category for the past few weeks, but we don't have one this week. So I've put in a where in the world question is in TV. And where in the world is Frasier set? Or was Frasier set? Was, because they don't film it anymore, but we can still watch it. Where in the world was Frasier set? It was a while ago. So, kids, ask your parents.
It's still on Channel 4, I think.
Still on Channel 4.
During the week, possibly. We've not had the TV on during the day, during the week, so I can't verify, but if I had to guess, it'd be on Channel 4 in the morning.
Probably.
Someone can tell us.
Somebody can tell us, those Frasier fans. Or Channel 4 daytime TV fans. Question 3. There's 2 questions here. So 2 answers for 2 points, please. What is the name of the British gangster programme featuring Cillian Murphy, and where is it set? What is the name of the British gangster programme featuring Cillian Murphy, and where is it set? So 2 points. What is the name of the programme, and where is it set? Cool. I've never seen it. It's meant to be very good. But I say that about a lot of things. We never watched, good story. Breaking Bad. Supposedly it was great. Watched the first episode twice, I think, and just thought it was rubbish. Same with Game of Thrones.
We never watched Game of Thrones either, did we? Probably the only people in the world that have not seen Game of Thrones.
Yeah. But we have a very tasty unopened bottle of White Walker by Johnny Walker up there. Unopened because we don't drink whiskey, never mind alcohol. Moving on. Getting sidetracked again. It's your fault.
I think this is because I'm like the only person you have to talk to.
What are you talking about? I talk at my PT clients all the time.
Yeah, talk at.
Do this. Question 4. If you don't know the answer, ask your parents, kids. What are the names of the owners of Fawlty Towers and who played them? So the character names and the actor names. Actor, actress. What is the name... Oh, no, that's the question 4. What are the names of the owners of Fawlty Towers and who played the owners, those characters? Cool. The owners, their character names and their actor, actress names, please. Then we're going to move on to a really tough question. Might be a little bit easier if you are a kid or have kids. I am neither. Although, sometimes. I would like it if you could name me Peppa Pig's brother, mother, and father. What are they called? Peppa Pig's brother, mother, and father. 3 points available there if you give me the correct names for Peppa Pig's brother, mother, and father. Cool? Good job. Write it down. Use all the knowledge you have in the world of kids' TV programs. And
That's us halfway.
that's us halfway. I was obviously, because I was Googling answers and questions for programs, I came across Peppa Pig. And the girl who's voiced Peppa Pig has just stepped down. She started doing it when she was 6. And she's now 18 and she has just retired from the role. Imagine retiring from your job at the age of 18. And she's probably loaded. Anyway, halfway. Very well done. Feel free to refill your drinks if you need to freshen up your nachos, or throw a question at us.
If you missed any questions, let us know.
Indeed.
And I can type them in if you missed anything.
Or we can shout them out, or we can... There's another friend of mine sending me a message when they know fine well I'm on quiz duty.
Why aren't they on the quiz?
Why aren't they on the quiz? Somebody phone them.
They're texting you and you can see the text message popping up.
No, it was Paul last week, like, where can I get a pizza? Right. He's just sent another message, which is inappropriate for me to read out on camera.
Yeah, it was a really rude text message. I'm glad I didn't read that out. Whoa.
So, let's move on. Halfway through the quiz, we're going to move on to the music rounds. Okay? Music slash movies slash slightly related subjects. Very loosely categorized categories.
No, they're all, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're all music and movies, yeah.
Good. Well, the first question is, who is the only artist to perform more than one James Bond movie theme song? And for optional bonus points,
whoa,
can you please name the movies slash songs? The songs are the title of the movies. I think that's the case for most of them. Well, we did find a few today that wasn't the case for. But I'm not going to tell you which, just in case I give away an answer. So who is the only artist to perform more than one James Bond theme song? So I'd like, for 1 point, the name of the artist. And for more points, can you please name the movies slash songs? Because they are the same. Cool. Good job. Big points there available. If you know your Jimmy B, you could be on to a winner. You could be doing well. Let's move on to question 2. Who wrote the 2019 hit Bad Guy? Who wrote the 2019 hit Bad Guy? It's a song. Who wrote it? Or maybe that wasn't the right word to use. Did she write it?
She did. Oh, I didn't give it away though.
I did.
The question was who wrote
the song?
The person that wrote it is the same as the
person who
performer, the artist. So they wrote their own song. I think they wrote it with their brother.
And it's.
But so the artist and writer of the song.
Yeah. Cool. Good. Almost gave it away again. But let's move on real quick. Question 3, and we've got some more bonus points available here. The question was, what superstar artist made her fame in Destiny's Child before going solo? And for bonus points, please name the other members of Destiny's Child. So the first question is, what superstar artist made her fame in Destiny's Child before going solo? And then for bonus points, please name me the other members of Destiny's Child. Remember from last week there was like 104 Sugar Babes? Maybe there's been that many. Destiny's children. Please name me all of the Destiny's children. I'm not going to tell you how many points because that would tell you how many answers there are. Cool. Good job. Multiple points available there to get you back in the game if you know your music. And let's move on. Because we had no Disney last week, we have Disney this week. The song I'll Make a Man Out of You is from which Disney film? The song I'll Make a Man Out of You is from which Disney film? Cool. The final question in the music / movies round is Eye of the Tiger by Survivor was the theme song to which movie? Eye of the Tiger by Survivor was the theme song to which movie? Cool. So that was a big point round. I'm not going to tell you how many points, but a lot of points. If you get all of them right, you're doing pretty well. Because it's not the biggest of scoring quizzes we've done. Did we get to 80 at one point? Or 60?
No, I think the most we've done is like 50 something.
50 something.
Yeah.
So it's not the highest, but it's not the lowest.
But you're not telling people.
Not in that one,
then
because
it'll give away
it'll
how
give
many
away.
answers to some of the questions.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So, yeah, I'm trying intentionally being irritating. Not all the time.
Hard.
Fourth round.
Fifth round.
Glad someone's paying attention. Science. Okay, science question. We have 3 options available for answers here, A, B, and C. The question is, humans and chimpanzees, I think we have one of each here, but I'm not going to say which is which. Humans and chimpanzees.
I think this looks like a chimpanzee. Yep.
Humans and chimpanzees share DNA. How much? Is it A, 76.2%, B, 86.9%, or C, 98.6%? Humans and chimpanzees share DNA. 76.2, 86.9, or 98.6%. Cool? If you have no idea and we're totally flabbergasted that we're even remotely connected, just take a guess. A, B, or C?
Yep.
You've got a 1 in 3 chance of getting it right. Cool? Although, some of us are probably more related than others. Question 2. True or false? Pigs can get sunburn. True or false? Pigs can get sunburn. I always think that true or false questions are easy. Like, oh, yeah, instantly, like, yeah, it's that. And you're like, what is it? Maybe it isn't. Perhaps it is.
It's still got 50% chance of getting it wrong.
50-50 team, 50-50. Pigs can get sunburn, true or false? Cool. I feel like I've been quite generous tonight because there's been quite a few questions where I've given you options.
We've got 2 more multiple choices coming.
3 more coming. 4 more coming. Oh my goodness. I'm feeling generous
What
today,
happened to you
team.
today?
What happened? It's not enough harshness on the way. Question 3. 3 options available for an answer. What is the most abundant gas in the atmosphere? Is it A, oxygen, B, nitrogen, C, carbon dioxide,
D.
D? She made that joke first, not me. We hadn't discussed that earlier. There is only 3 options.
I thought you were going to say something like that.
I would
though.
never be so crude.
Why wasn't that the first thing that came to your head?
What is the most abundant gas? Feeling a little gassy. What is the most abundant gas in the Earth's atmosphere? Oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, or farts?
How old are we?
How old? I don't know. Too old. Never old enough. Okay, now things are getting a little bit serious and a little bit clever. I'm not sure what. Maybe if this is kind of a general knowledge question, or maybe if you're like a doctor or a scientist or something, you might know. Or maybe you just everybody knows and I didn't know. The question is, at what temperature are Celsius and Fahrenheit equal? At what temperature are Celsius and Fahrenheit equal? Cool. And I would like it to be pretty precise. Because, yeah, I want it to be precise. You gotta be spot on.
Okay.
Because
So when you come to market, it's not gonna be like give or take.
No.
Okay.
No.
You've been told.
You've been told. Because, you know, if you rock up the airport and your plane leaves at 6 p.m, you can't give or take. You know, maybe you can, but if it leaves at 6 o'clock and you're late, tough luck. Later, loser. Sorry, I was talking to myself, if anything. Last question. I'm not going to give you the option for this.
Oh my gosh. Right. I was just thinking, you see there when you said you need to have the answer spot on for question 4? That was me thinking, alright, okay, so he's been a bit tough because he just gave the multiple choice. And now you've just scrapped the next multiple choice.
Again, Because we can't make it too easy. We need to have a differentiator between, you know, the clever cookies and the clever biscuits. So, no options and spot on answers required for this one too, okay? No plus or minuses. I'm telling you now, no plus or minuses. Question is...
And the old Ian is back.
He never left. The question is, what year did the Apple iPhone first become available? There was options, but there's no longer options. What year did the Apple iPhone become available? And I would like the precise year. So if you say 2019 and it came out in 2018, you are incorrect. If you say 2019 or 18, you are incorrect. Cool, so that's the end of the science round. The final round is food knowledge. I think it was general knowledge, and then I decided to change it to food, but I just said food knowledge. So let's see how good your food knowledge is. Because I think it's usually food and drink, isn't it? But there is drink
we
involved.
Usually call it food and drink, but is
Yep.
there any drink in there?
There is a drink in there.
Okay.
Yep. Last round. Let's rock and roll. Food knowledge. 4 options to choose from. How many bananas are eaten in the UK each year? Is it A, 5 million? Is it B, 50 million? Is it C, 5 billion? Or is it D, 50 billion? How many bananas are eaten in the UK each year? 5 million, 50 million, 5 billion, or 50 billion? Your answers, please. A, B, C, or D. And then we'll quickly move on to another multiple choice. 50-50. What has more vitamin C? An orange or a red pepper? And a bonus point if you can tell me the scientific name of vitamin C. I'm pretty sure I know, but we're going to get Richard to check. I had to make sure I put that down. So, what has more vitamin C? An orange or red pepper? And what is the scientific name for vitamin C? Cool. Did we get there? 2 points available there. And we'll move on. We have an anagram. Last week we didn't have any anagrams, which really irritated me afterwards. So we have an anagram today. And because it's in the food knowledge round, it has something to do with food and maybe drink. Or maybe both. The anagram is pipe leap. Like you're smoking a pipe and you leap across a river. Pipe leap. That's not what I was looking for. Up. Cool. Good. So anagram, pipe, leap.
Oh, do you want me
Susie's
to
gonna type it
that in?
And she's going to spell it correctly.
What, question 3?
Pipe,
Round
leap.
6.
Question 3, round 6. Pipe, leap. Anagram to do with food and or drink. Okay, moving on to another drink question. How many litres are in a magnum of champagne? How many litres are in a magnum of champagne? Cool. Please guess if you do not know the answer. A guess is much better. Here's a fun fact for you. Because as Carol said a little while ago, Fun Fact Friday.
Is this about Mastermind?
This is about Mastermind.
I knew where you were going with this.
Because we've spent too much time together. On the program Mastermind, which I have applied for on numerous occasions, because I apply for TV programs all the time. And I have been for a few auditions, but nobody wants me. Don't know why. I actually did get refused one because I wasn't
weird enough,
which blows my mind. where was I going with that? Oh, Mastermind. On Mastermind, if you ever get on the show, or if you next time you watch it, if somebody's asking you a question, do not say pass. Just guess a wrong answer. If you don't know, just guess a wrong answer. Because if you get towards the end, and Susie had 18 points and I had 18 points, but I had 2 passes to her 1, she wins.
I would win.
Which is a joke.
It goes down to passes.
It goes down to the number of passes. So if you're ever a Mastermind, don't pass, just
say something.
Guess. What's the capital of Hawaii? Edinburgh. Don't pass. Just say something stupid. Something really stupid.
So don't leave any blank answers is what you're saying.
That was the moral of the story.
Just guess in case it's right.
Exactly.
You don't get points for passing.
You don't get points for passing. Cool. That was to do with the champagne question.
How many litres in a magnum of champagne?
Correct. I love a chocolate magnum. Last question.
Question 5.
Question 5. Which nut do you generally find in pesto? Which nut do you generally find in pesto? That's it. That's all the questions. Wow. So that is every single question from all of the rounds, all 6 rounds. We will run through them again, and then I will tell you the answer. I will give a brief pause before I give the answer, just to make sure you have got an answer written down. If you missed anything from anywhere...
I was just about to say, this is like the first week ever that no one has asked us to repeat anything. And it makes me a bit nervous that the comments aren't working, because we always usually repeat at least one question. But I think...
We're either getting better, you guys are losing interest faster, or maybe the computer's not working.
Or the internet's better,
or the
not
internet's
cut
better.
out on anybody tonight.
We did fairly recently upgrade to Fab Fibre to try and fix our streaming solutions. So if it's working, let's give BT a high five.
Okay, great. So I don't think anyone missed any questions. So
which is phenomenal.
Cool.
Cool.
Oh, thanks, Carol. It's working.
It's working. That's good. That's good.
Comments are working. Okay.
Comments are there. Right. Well, we must be doing something right.
Well done to everyone for getting every single question.
Freshen up your beverages. Make a real quick dash to the toilet if you need. And let's run through the questions again with some answers. Okay? And like I said either last week or the week before, you're not allowed to put down like 3 or 4 answers per question. Okay? 1 answer, 1 guess, right or wrong. Okay? Don't you put down 4 answers and pick 1 if you got it right. Score out the other 3. It's just cheating. We don't like cheaters. Okay. I will do that, Laura. I will go slowly in asking the questions. It's alright. Nobody else is in a rush. It's okay. She's my sister-in-law. I can make fun of her. Question 1.
Just enough time to answer them.
Just enough time. Question 1 in the sports round was... How many Formula 1 World Championships has Lewis Hamilton won? Owen says Ian loves Peppa Pig. Well, I do like bacon. How many Formula 1 World Championships has Lewis Hamilton won? And the answer is 6. I thought about doing bonus points for what years, but too many points. So, if you said 6, you get 1 point. If you said 4, 5, 7, or anything else than 6, you get no points. 1 point for 6. Okay, let's move on to football. The England men's team have won the Football World Cup 1 time. Can you tell me what year that was? Who they beat and what the final score was? Well, I can tell you, the year that England won the Football World Cup was 1966. And they beat West Germany 4-2. So you get 1 point for 1966, 1 point for West Germany, and 1 point for 4-2. Cool. 3 points available there. If you got all 3, very well done. I only knew the first one. Question number 3. Who competed in diving at the 1990 Commonwealth Games and went on to become a model and movie star? Well, if you didn't know the answer, when we're done, go onto YouTube, 1990 Commonwealth Games divers, and you will see Jason Statham. I almost got it wrong. I think I did get it wrong. Jason Statham competed at the 1990 Commonwealth Games in diving, and then went on to become a model and quite a famous movie star, although the quality of his films are suspect. Jason Statham for 1 point. Cool. Question 4. How many Wimbledon titles have the Williams sisters won? Now that was how many titles has Venus won, plus how many Serena has won, plus how many doubles titles they have won together. Okay? Well, I can tell you that Venus has won 5 Wimbledon titles. Serena has won 7 Wimbledon titles. Together, they have won 6, which is a total of 18. If you said 18 Wimbledon titles for the Wimbledon sisters, you can have 1 point. If you said anything else, good guess, incorrect. Let's move on. Elizabeth said Hurst times 3 and Peters times 1. I can only assume that means a football.
Yeah, that's the 4 goals.
Cool. Well done. Well done, Mr. Hurst and Mr. Peters. Especially Mr. Hurst, scoring a hat-trick in a World Cup final.
That's cool.
Has anybody done that since then? You know?
Don't know.
Can't say I've watched many football matches. Where did I get to? Oh yes,
18.
last question.
Answer to question 4 was 18.
Indeed, it was. Last question in sport. Which team has won the most Six Nations titles? And I would like that for both men and women's Six Nations. Which team has won the most Six Nations titles? Well, I can tell you for men, England have won the most Six Nations titles with 6. And for women, England have won the most Six Nations titles with 10. There are, of course, other winners in the 4 nations and 5 nations, but I said specifically the 6 nations. If you said England for both, give yourself 2 points. That was out of a total of 8 points for the sports round, so please mark yourselves out of 8. Ready for quick addition later on when we get to the end. We will move on to round 2, which was the human body round. And the first question was, where in the body would you find the paella? Or the patella?
Paella.
I ate the paella for dinner, and your patella is found in your knee. Elizabeth is firing out with all the football answers. Sir Geoff Hurst. I thought he was called John. Steve. Well done, sir. He didn't get a what do they call that? A knighthood for scoring 3 goals in the World Cup final, did he?
Probably.
Well, I guess it was the only time they won. So that's great. One more time Scotland have. Have Scotland ever been in the Football World Cup?
In the World Cup?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been in the World Cup, yeah.
Anyway, get distracted again. So, where in the body is the patella? The patella is the knee. 1 point if you say it. Question number 2. Name the 2 bones in the lower leg. Well, the first bone is called the tibia, and the other bone is called the fibula. So 1 point for tibia and 1 point for fibula. I used to get it the wrong way around, tibula and fibia, but it is tibia and fibula. So 2 points available there if you got it right. Next up was the multiple choice, and I had a fun fact. I'll tell you a fun fact shortly. How many bones are there in the foot? I said A, 19, B, 26, C, 33, or D, 107. A, B, C, or D? Well, I can tell you that all of those numbers have something to do with the foot. There are 107 ligaments in the foot. There are 33 joints in the foot. There are 19 muscles in the foot. But the question was how many bones, and the correct answer was 26.
Wow.
B, 26 bones in the human foot. So if you said 26, if you said B, very well done. If you said any of the others, Well, you still got something right about the foot, but it wasn't the right number of bones, so well done.
And the next question is also about feet.
It's also about the feet. It's about the smelly feet. In a single day, I no longer have half a glass, slightly more than that. In a single day, one of your feet can sweat the equivalent of half a glass of water. True or false? Well, I can tell you that it is true. And a fun fact, a pair of human feet contain 250,000 sweat glands. Each foot can sweat the equivalent of half a glass of water per day. There is also 500 billion bacteria on each foot, which is why your feet smell. Emma says she knew the answer for the foot and the bone, so very well done, Emma. But we've also had 2 people say that we froze on question 2. So we will go back to question 2 and we will repeat question number 2. Question number 2. Name the 2 bones in the lower leg, and that was tibia and fibula. 1 point apiece. And then there was 26 bones in the foot, and then true for the sweaty feet question. Final question in the human body. How fast is the average achoo? Sneeze. Is it 50 miles an hour, 70 miles an hour? 75 is what I said. 50, 75 or 100 miles an hour? The correct answer is 100 miles an hour. You're lucky you don't get whiplash doing that. Achoo! Blow your head off. So 1 point if you said C, 100 miles an hour. April's saying that was a fun fact about the feet. Yes, fun fact. Nobody needs to know. There's some things best left unsaid, but have nice dreams about smelly feet.
Everyone's gonna like wash their socks on like a higher temperature now. There's half a glass of sweat per
Crank that up
sock.
to 60 degrees.
It's disgusting.
None of this cold wash nonsense. So, round 2 was out of 6, so please mark yourselves out of 6, and we will move on to the TV round. The first question in TV. Where do Ross and Rachel get married? Well, Ross and Rachel are from Friends, and they get married in Las Vegas. 1 point if you said Las Vegas. I will accept Vegas, but I won't accept Las. Las Vegas, 1 point. Let's move on to question 2. Where in the world is Frasier set? Frasier is set in Seattle, which is in the state of Washington, which is also where Starbucks was originated, because that was a question last week or the week before. And Morag has been to Pike Place, the first shop. I do have a good memory. Sometimes. I always remember things sometimes. Question 3. What is the name of the British gangster programme featuring Cillian Murphy, and where was it set? Well, I can tell you that the name of the British gangster programme featuring Cillian Murphy was Peaky Blinders, and it is set in Birmingham. So 2 points, 1 for Peaky Blinders and 1 for Birmingham. Okay, question number 4. What are the names of the owners of Fawlty Towers, and who played them? Fun fact from Kerry before I read out that answer was, wee boy in Gregory's Girl mentions that you sneeze at 100 miles an hour. I'm going to assume Gregory's Girl is a film?
Yes.
Roger. Got you. Cool. Good fun facts. Fun facts are welcome. Feel free to contribute. We're here all night. I have nowhere to be. Where did I get to? What are the names of the owners of Fawlty Towers and who played them? Well, I can tell you that the owners of Fawlty Towers are Basil and Sybil Fawlty. So 1 point apiece, 1 for Basil Fawlty and 1 for Sybil Fawlty. And 1 point for John Cleese, who played Basil Fawlty, and 1 point for Prunella Scales. If you knew Prunella scales, very well done. There are a total of 4 points available there. 1 for Basil Fawlty, 1 for Sybil Fawlty, 1 for John Cleese, and 1 for Prunella scales. Tough question. And now we move on to what is supposedly my new favourite TV programme. Please name Peppa's Pigs. Peppa's Pigs. Peppa Pig's brother, mother, and father. Well, for 1 point, Peppa Pig's brother is called George. For 1 point, Peppa Pig's mother is called Mummy. Peppa Pig's father is called Daddy. There you go. It was a trick question. Mummy and Daddy and George. 1 point apiece, 3 points in total, and that round is worth 11 points. So please mark yourselves out of 11. Morag has left as a fun fact, but I can't see it on the screen.
The view, she's saying, the view from Fraser's apartment in Seattle is not a possible view. So it must have been like a green screen or something.
Wow.
So it's like...
You can actually see it. Well, fun fact. We love fun facts. That's cool. And that's us halfway through the answers. So, let's move on to music/movies. They're all loosely related, somehow. Other than that decades round where things get out of hand. But make stuff up. I also keep remembering that I sometimes hold this up and I know the answers are on it. I don't want to show you the answers. Kieran thought Peppa's family were bacon, sausage, and ribs. Good one. Just chuck them all on the barbecue and we'll eat Peppa, George, Mummy, and Daddy. Hope there's no kids watching. The music round. Music/movies. Who is the only artist to perform more than one James Bond theme song? And what are they called? Well, I can tell you it was the Welsh wonder Dame Shirley Bassey who performed more than one. But was it just 2? Or did she do 3? Well, I can tell you she did 3. She did Goldfinger, Diamonds Are Forever, and Moonraker. So 1 point for Shirley Bassey, 1 point for Goldfinger. There's so many gold films for James Bond. GoldenEye, Man with the Golden Gun. Is that it?
And Goldfinger.
And Goldfinger. Goldfinger, Diamonds Are Forever, and Moonraker, which is the one with Jaws, with the metal teeth. 4 points available there. I even wrote myself a wee note. 4 points, but do not say it, because then I would have given away the fact that there was 3 films. You gotta make yourself notes. So 4 points available for that one. Question number 2. Who wrote and performed the 2019 hit Bad Guy? Well, I can tell you that was Billie Eilish. 1 point. What?
I have a fun fact.
Susie got fun facts. About bloody time. Thought it was just me on this game.
So I just realised, like, linking them together, Billie Eilish wrote the new James Bond theme tune. So the next James Bond movie, No Time to Die, the theme song was written and performed by Billie Eilish. So there's a link between questions 1 and 2. Fun fact.
Fun facts. We love fun facts. And Paul's just come in with fun facts as well. And he said that Jaws, Moonraker was the second film that Jaws was in. He was also in The Spy Who Loved Me. Paul is a James Bond fan. I hope you got all 4 points there, Paul. If not, then I'm going to steal your DVD box set from you. I might do that anyway. Question 2 was Billie Eilish. 1 point for Billie Eilish. Question 3 for all you late 90s, early noughties people. What superstar artist made her fame in Destiny's Child before going solo? And for further points, name the other Destiny's children. Or the children of Destiny. Well, I can tell you it was Beyonce who is the superstar who made her fame in Destiny's Child. And the others were slightly less famous, but still quite famous, I think. Certainly the first one. Kelly Rowland for 1 point, and Michelle Williams for a 2nd point. A total of 3 points available there for the Destiny's Children. 1 point for Beyonce, 1 point for Kelly Rowland, and 1 point for Michelle Williams. Now it's Disney time. Just one Disney question, that's all. The song I'll Make a Man Out of You is from which Disney film? Well, I'll Make a Man Out of You is from Mulan. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. If not, just YouTube I'll Make a Man Out of You, because it's quite a funny scene. I like when she grabs the fish but grabs his foot and drowns the other guy. Not that I've seen it. Question 4. Question 5. Eye of the Tiger by Survivor was the theme song to which movie? Well, I can tell you that Eye of the Tiger by Survivor was the theme tune to Rocky 3. However, I will accept Rocky. Rocky 3, Eye of the Tiger was in Rocky 3, or just Rocky, 1 point there. A total of 10 points available in the music/movies rounds. So if you knew your James Bond and your Children of Destiny, you did pretty well. Mark yourselves out of 10. Let's move on to the science and our chimpanzees. Humans and chimpanzees share DNA. How much? Is it A, 76.2%, B, 86.9%, or C, 98.6%? I can tell you, it was C, 98.6%. I'm not really sure what that means, because that's really close to 100.
I know, that's crazy.
1.4% off of 100. So, does that mean like if you took like a little sliver of you away, you'd instantly turn into a monkey? I don't know. Option C, 98.6 for 1 point. Thank you very much. Question 2. Pigs can get sunburn, true or false? Pigs can get sunburn, especially when they're young, which is why you occasionally see them wearing suntan cream, tilly hats, and linen shirts. I almost said suits. Susie can't handle the quality of my jokes.
No, I'm just picturing a pig in a linen suit.
A pig in a linen suit with a tilly hat. If you see one, it's because it doesn't want to get sunburned. Sunburn's not good for anyone or pigs.
True, they can get burnt.
True story. Pigs can get sunburn. True, that's all we needed. True. But you don't get just all you need with me. What is the most abundant gas in the Earth's atmosphere? What is the most abundant gas in the Earth's atmosphere? Was it A, oxygen, B, nitrogen, C, carbon dioxide, or D, farts? Well, I can tell you it was B, nitrogen. If you said nitrogen, 1 point. If you thought you were being funny and said farts, minus 1 point. Well done. Question 4. At what temperature, this is where things start to get a little bit more serious, at what temperature are Celsius and Fahrenheit equal? I can tell you that Celsius and Fahrenheit are equal at the rather chilly temperature of minus 40 degrees. It's the only place on the scale that they cross, because 0 degrees in Celsius is 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Isn't it? I don't know why I'm trying to tell you these things. Just facts just come popping into my brain.
I'm like slowly moving out towards Google.
Sophie's gonna close that. Anyway, the answer was minus 40. If you said minus 40, well done. If you said anything else, incorrect, wrong, error. Last question, while Susie is Googling. What year did the Apple iPhone first become available? And it needs to be spot on. Otherwise, no points. The correct answer, the Apple iPhone first became available in the year 2007. If you said 2007, take 1 point. If you said Anything else other than 2007? That is incorrect. I was going to give you options of 5, 6, or 7, but I changed my mind. And it is just 2007 for 1 point. We'll move on once you... It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
If anybody else knows, you can tell me. We'll just go with 0 degrees centigrade in Fahrenheit. How many bananas are eaten in the UK each year is the first question for your food knowledge. Option A was 5 million. Option B was 50. C, 50 million. C was 5 billion. And D was 50 billion. After I've done all the quiz questions, I generally quiz Susie on the ones that she hasn't helped me with, just to make sure they make sense and to see how smart she is. And this one, she just, what was the word?
Used common sense?
Used common sense. She was very, very methodical. She was 70 million people in the UK. So if you only had one a day, you know, that would be a lot, but... If you had one a year, that would be 70 million. So it's going to be more than 50. So the answer is 5 billion. Correct? 5 billion. How many bananas are eaten in the UK each year? 5 billion bananas. That's just in the UK. That is wild. It's a lot of bananas. I had 3 bananas yesterday. So that's already put that figure up.
It's your fault.
Question number 2, another multiple choice. What has more vitamin C? An orange or a red pepper? And for a bonus point, what is the other name for vitamin C? Well, firstly, I can tell you that a red pepper has vitamin C. More vitamin C than an orange. Not a massive amount, but more. Mainly because it's red. And the other name for vitamin C is ascorbic acid. So 1 point if you said vitamin C. 1 point if you said red pepper, and 1 bonus point if you said ascorbic acid. Ascorbic. Sounds about right. Might not be how you pronounce it. Again, just plucked out of thin air. Might even be wrong. Question 3, food knowledge. Anagram time. Pipe, leap. Mix it around, jumble it up, and you have an apple pie. If you came up with another food or drink relation to do with pipe leap that uses all those letters, then let me know. Apple pie. And now it's time to drink. How many litres are in a magnum of champagne? Well, I can tell you a magnum is 1.5 litres. 1.5 litres in a magnum of champagne. That sounds like fun to me, although I probably wouldn't make it to the end of the bottle before I passed out on the floor. Happens when you don't drink alcohol. I would be a cheap date, though. That's for sure. Final question. Although you'd have to feed me like 5 pizzas, so it wouldn't be that cheap. Which nut do you find mostly in pesto? You find pine nuts in pesto. So if you said pine nuts, that is 1 point. A total of 6 points in the food knowledge round for a maximum of 46 points. So please add up all your scores until you have a score out of 46. And then when you are 100% certain of your score, put it in the comments and we will see if we can have a winner chicken dinner. We're having chicken fajitas for dinner.
Yes.
So in some respects that makes us chicken dinners. Chicken winners. So, when you're ready, don't rush. Make sure your scores are correct. Because there was that one time that somebody counted up wrongly and ended up winning and they didn't win. But it was so late in the day that nobody noticed. We have the first score already. We have a 38 from the Dawsons. That's
well
pretty
done.
good. Oh, we got
Bailey's
41 for the
41.
Baileys. That is...
35 Team OJ. That's good.
That's not bad at all. Well done, Team OJ.
And another
35 for the
35.
Renegades. That's good. 29 for the Rich Sisters. Well, if it was a quiz for money, you wouldn't be very rich. But well done nonetheless. Maybe you need to invite more people. The Rattrae's got 23, which is 50%. It's a pass. That's cool. That's all I'm ever after is a pass. So well done. But perhaps tonight is not your night. 34 for the McGees. Well done.
Karen and Alan, well done.
That's good. Still waiting on a whole bunch more. If you've put your score in and we haven't read it out, just stick it in again. Because sometimes things get lost. Sometimes they don't seem to come through. 41 for the Currans. So we currently have a draw. Good skills. 31 for Paul and Carol. Well done.
Well done.
It's a good score. You did get beaten by Owen and Alison though. So kudos to them. Still waiting on a few more. Purvises are awfully quiet. Are they reigning champions again? Who else have we missed? The other McGees and the Pittums as well.
The Frasers.
Do we see the Frasers? Catherine, you still there? 34 for the Pittums, and they've just had chicken fajitas. Well done. Is that why you were late? Because you're eating chicken fajitas. Well done. 34 is a good score. Good job. Still waiting on a couple more scores to come in.
I'll refresh the page and go back in.
If you've already put your score in and we haven't said your name, please just put it in again. Otherwise, hurry up. 36
from the other McGees. Well done.
Other McGees. Owen got all of them except for Peppa Pig. You got to watch more Peppa Pig.
37 for the Purvises.
37 for the Purvises. What happened to you guys? Jeez, that's like a C-.
And I'm not sure about the Frasers, but they might have dropped off.
Are the Frasers still here? Have we lost you? We'll give the Frasers 30 seconds to answer, to put in a score. Otherwise, we will be having a tiebreaker. Oh my goodness, they're here. Almost gave it to somebody else. We have a 44 from the Frasers, which is out of 47.
Out of 46?
46. 46. You only got 2 questions wrong. Wow. Well, I think that's everybody. We'll give it another 10 seconds just to make sure that nobody else is going to come in and trump you. Otherwise, I would like to know which of the 2 questions, which 2 questions you got wrong.
Just the sport round that got us.
Which sport questions? I would be very keen to know. However, we have ourselves a winner with 44 out of 46 points. We have the Frasers. Woohoo!
Well done.
Very, very, very well done to Team Fraser. You won it. Go and enjoy your evening. Celebrate well. Party hard. Wait until it gets dark. You did super duper well. Thank you very much to everybody for taking part. Once again, it's great having you all here, having some fun and laughs with us, and gladly not taking it too seriously. Because, you know, who wants to take things too seriously? I've told you the fridge magnet one before. Don't take life too seriously. You'll never get out of it alive. It's a bit grim, but it's true. Well done to the Frasers. Well done to everybody else. Have yourselves a wonderful evening, a wonderful weekend, and we will see you sometime very soon. Thanks a lot. Well done. We'll catch you soon.
Bye guys. See you next week.